A Secret I Can't Tell. The First Generation of Children from Openly Gay and Lesbian Homes. Written by Joe Gantz and published by Carpenter Hill Publishing in November of 2022, with a snippet read by Richard Coombs. Available for checkout right now at the Alice L. Pendleton Library. When my son was in kindergarten, the children took turns teaching their classmates about their life outside the classroom. The kids learned a bit about each other's day-to-day lives, what they liked to do for fun, and all about their pets and family members. Toward the end of the year, the class read Todd Parr's The Family Book, a brightly hued book that celebrates all different kinds of families through fun illustrations and humor. Taking inspiration from The Family Book, the kindergartners drew their own pages for a book with two captions that included "All families have blank" and "Some families have blank." The answers reflected their age. Some families have dogs, some families have cats, all families have love, and all families have toys. And most importantly for my family, some families have two dads, and some families have two moms. That kindergarten exercise probably could never have been imagined by the families interviewed in A Secret I Can't Tell. In the 40 years since this book was originally published, we have come a very, very long way. Unlike the era in which marriage was not available to people like my husband and me, today LGBTQ people in the United States and in 29 countries enjoy equal marriage. And according to a Family Equality Council survey, 63% of millennial LGBTQ people want to start a family or grow theirs. Marriage isn't just a ceremony or a piece of paper either. According to the United States Government Accountability Office, there are 1,138 statutory provisions in which marital status is a factor in determining benefits, rights, and privilege. The kids Joe Gantz interviewed between 1979 and 1983 were being raised by same-sex couples who did not have the right to exist in the way they do today. These families were not supported by the law or their communities, and the children frequently expressed the view that no one else their age would be understanding of their family structure. That came with a grave cost, keeping their home life concealed. Unfathomable to those young people in the kind of world my son is now growing up in. It's a world where he can see many families just like his, and it's a world in which young people feel much safer coming out, and are doing so in record numbers. Each summer, Family Week in Provincetown, Massachusetts brings together hundreds of LGBTQ parented families for a week of connection, activities, and fun. It's truly awe-inspiring to look across a beach of thousands of people, all from LGBTQ families. Today we have organizations that support us like those that run Family Week. Family Equality is the organization advocating for connecting LGBTQ parents, and Collage is the organization dedicated to connecting children of LGBTQ people. These organizations help families find each other, even in isolated places with very few LGBTQ people. I treasure that my son gets to grow up knowing that he's supported by a community of people and that his family isn't something he needs to keep secret. Chapter 1's Selena sums it up best in her 2022 update. I think it is going to be really hard for anyone who is being raised in a gay family now to understand what it was like to be part of that 40 years ago, because it was a completely different world. The change has felt like the speed of light. The stories you will read in these chapters contain pain, love, dysfunction, and joy. Any family has a mix of all of these things in different measures, but these families had more than their fair share of pain, dysfunction, and difficulty as they held tightly onto their secret. They feared being ostracized or losing their jobs, but more frighteningly, feared their families being split up. Some lesbian and gay parents were stripped of their parental rights on the grounds that being in a same-sex relationship meant they were violating state sodomy laws, or they were viewed as deviants by family court judges. With distance, we can see that these fears led to anguish, anger, poor behavior, dysfunction, and a lot of pain. The pressure to keep a secret likely exacerbated normal teenage angst and added stress to already stressful parenting situations. This pain was caused by a society that forced these families to hide in fear. As you read these interviews, I encourage you to remember the prevailing societal force that shaped so many of these moments.